everybody, it's Bill and Ewan, and this week we're here to talk to you about hospitality and how we can make others feel welcome. We're continuing to talk about God's great big family tree, the people in God's family, the places that God's family goes, and the kind of things that God's family does. This week we're going to hear a story about Abraham welcoming 3 visitors at the Oaks of Mamre, and what he does or doesn't know, it's not clear in the text, is that these 3 visitors are actually God appearing to him. Abraham offers them hospitality, he and his wife Sarah make them feel welcome, and they're blessed by God and promised a child while they offer hospitality to these people. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on in the story. This is at a point in Genesis where Abraham and Sarah have already been promised a child by God, but it's not yet happened, and so there's this already but not yet tension that we hear about. You know, God promising a child to this old couple, but the child's not appeared yet. And there are 3 stories, this is the 3rd one in Genesis, that talk about their waiting and their expectation. And so this story has a lot of waiting and a lot of expectation in it. Hey guys, quick bonus intermission here. Ewan's gone to sleep and I thought I'd add just a couple things about this story. One is that as the people in this story, Abraham and Sarah, are waiting for God's promise to be filled, what we notice is that they continue to be faithful, even when they're not sure whether or not God is actually going to come through on God's promise. They still are faithful and live out their faith in their day-to-day lives, which is part of what they're offering hospitality is. And that's kind of the link for us today, that sometimes we feel really faithful, sometimes we're not feeling it so much. And our call as Christians is to be present and to live out our faith in both of those situations. When we feel 100% confident in everything, and when we're not so confident, when we have a lot of questions. And that's almost when it's even more important to carry out these practices of faith, to live out our faith every day as part of our walk, part of our journey. There's a Celtic poem about hospitality that I love, that I thought I'd just read for you really quick. It says, "We saw a stranger yesterday. We put food in the eating place, drink in the drinking place, music in the listening place. And with the sacred name of the triune God, he blessed us and our house, our cattle and our dear ones. As the lark says in her song, often, often, often goes Christ in the stranger's guise. Often, often, often goes Christ in the stranger's guise." What we're going to do is talk about the hospitality that Abraham offers. That he welcomes these 3 guests, he goes and gets a cow to feed them, his wife makes them bread, and he makes them feel very welcome. And that's something that God's family does today. God's family makes people feel welcome in simple ways by offering them food, like bananas, by offering them a place to stay, and just by making them feel welcome. And that's something we can do as young children and adults in our church. This week we're going to have 2 special guests in Spectrum 2 and 3. Allison Ambler is going to talk to us about Fresh Start, and Nora Kellick's going to come and talk to us about the Homeless Project and ways that they offer hospitality and make people feel welcome. And thank you. And how that's a part of their faith. This is also a communion Sunday, and so we'll get to share a meal and talk about how God welcomes all of us to his table too. So I hope you have a really good lesson. After you finish all of that, you'll get a chance to make a tree decoration where you talk about things we can do to make people feel welcome too. We'll have a little card. You write something on there that you can do to offer hospitality to people, and we'll put that on the tree. I hope you have a great week.